At one point I'm walking and I'm like, oh, this will be quicker going through here rather than cutting to the right. I know London. I know these streets. I'm going to trust myself more than City Mapper. Turn left.
In that part of London?
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, I'm like, I trust you with a lot of things. I don't know whether Kensington is your stomping ground, bitch.
Stay hydrated. First thing in the morning, tired and yawning. What you gonna do?
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Stay Hydrated with my brother, who's in Australia, Christopher Hall,
and my sister Elizabeth Hall, whose location I cannot disclose, but it's pretty similar to what it usually is.
Yeah, I'm snuck up in a London hole. So I started to make a joke there, and then I was like, "Where am I going?"
I know, but I was letting you do it because I was excited to see what you were going to bring.
And as it turns out, there's only one comedian in the family.
No, come on now. I won't have that.
How's Australia, Chris?
Australia is fabulous. It's really fabulous. It's so far away. Did you know?
Well, when we were talking about, okay, I said like, I'll call you tomorrow. And you went, my tomorrow or your tomorrow? And I went, who?
Yeah, you were like, when is either of those? And I was like, all right. Yeah, it's a long way away. I did the London to Perth flight, which is 16 hours non-stop. You wake up in Australia, which was pretty fab, I do have to say also, but I said this on a radio show, so stop me if you heard it. But you need to XXXX putting your seat back on a flight.
I don't know how we haven't fine-tuned the whole process. It's been years.
It's not. It doesn't, for the person who's putting their seat back, I just don't believe. Okay, so basically the person in front of me, the person behind me were both like 6'5" men.
Okay.
That's not, so I understand how your legs are bigger than mine. I do understand that. Mm-hmm. It's not my issue.
Right.
But I understand how me existing on this flight also isn't their issue. Nobody is anyone's issue. You being taller than me and being really, really uncomfortable in this row 60 of this. So I'm going to say it, Qantas flight.
Okay, you said it.
It was fabulous, but you being tall is not no one told me that you were tall in front of me, behind me. Mm-hmm. The guy, people put it back without telling you. So I'm halfway through my film, I'm enjoying, I'm relaxing. Suddenly, my screen jolts back with such violence that I could break my nose. What happens if I break my nose on this flight?
And suddenly Two Broke Girls is like up. You're getting a full insight.
Then what? And I'm thinking, it does not, I just don't think putting your seat back the extent that is available to you, I just don't think it affects it. I don't think it improves your experience. The amount it improves your experience, it doesn't outweigh how much it detriments my experience. White Lotus season 3 was truly 2 inches from my face,
right? Because
then I tried to put my chair back, and the guy behind me literally straight away pushed my chair and was like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, really sorry. The guy in front of me's put his back. I've got no room. And he was like, you're going to have to just deal with it. Like, I've got no room. And then I didn't. Anyway, I only put it back halfway because I'm nice.
You're right.
But I think when you put it back halfway, it didn't lock in place halfway. It was like moving. So whenever I like adjusted, it like pressed on his huge kneecaps. So then after half an hour, he like shook me again and was like, my knees. I heard him just growl at me, my knees. And I was like, look, I'm really sorry. Like, what am I supposed to do? And he was like, it's not my problem. You can't put your seat back.
I mean, I hate to say this. Shouldn't he have booked, like, there's extra legroom seats, mama.
If you're the green giant, figure it out.
Like, if you love sweet corn, like, make it work. And like, I don't even know if, I mean, sometimes on really long haul flights, it's not even extra money, girl. It's just about making a reservation of that seat.
Well, I know. And I understand that everyone's rushing for extra legroom, but then either everyone's seat goes back. But then I thought to him, I was like, put your seat back, fella. Like,
right.
It's a stack of cards going back if we all do it.
Yeah. And while we're on this plane, we're a community. And girl, you gotta do it too. We're all leaning back. It's 5:00 a.m. somewhere, wherever the hell we are. Throw that seat back.
Well, he didn't see it that way. So I then was upright, visual watchers. I was upright, perpendicular to the floor of the plane, as the guy in front of me was at a 45-degree angle, bang. And it was like I was entombed. Sorry, I was entombed.
Yeah.
In this. But I watched all of season 3 of White Lotus, which was really, really good. Have you seen?
I've never seen any White Lotus.
Okay, 1 is a fabulous first season, 2 is sublime, and then 3 is very, very good.
Okay, which actually on like a 3-season trajectory, great.
Yeah, totally. I remember everyone's feedback being like season 3 is really slow moving, and luckily I had ample time. I was like, move this slower.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm in a shrine. I'm in a coffin. I'm in a plane coffin. So all good. I can watch 9 hours of slow moving White Lotus. Is Amy, what's her name, still in season 3?
Amy Lou Wood is in season 3.
And is my girl, was Aubrey ever in it? Aubrey Plaza?
Aubrey Plaza was in season 2.
Okay. Just one season hit.
Yeah, there's a couple characters that move through the seasons, but there's only 1 or 2, but there's basically like a whole cast. And then you see a dead body or you hear of like a dead body at the start of each season, and then it takes you all the way to the very, very last moments of the last episode to realize who's dead.
Whoa, who's dead?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, I'm into it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's like the end of the holiday. You see a dead body, and then it goes back a week to the start of the holiday.
Okay. Understood. I'm going to be really into this. Yeah, I'm going to be obsessed with this, I think.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous. And the cast are always pretty strong. And it's basically in remote or very luxury like resorts. So the first one's Hawaii.
Okay.
The second one is Sorrento, I think. And then the third one is Thailand. And I think the fourth one should be like a spooky, like really glam ski resort. But I think it's in the south of France.
Okay. Well, put those notes in an email, Queen, because I love the idea of spooky ski resort.
So found myself, so then I got to Adelaide, had a fabulous time in Adelaide. The weather was not how I remembered it.
Okay, what are we talking?
2 years ago, it was like 42 degrees, like sun, summer sun. And it was very grey and rainy this time.
Oh.
I took, honestly, tank tops, shorts, and swimwear.
We've all been there. Is like Adelaide, where is Adelaide in Australia?
South Australia is the state.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like at the bottom point, I think.
I love that they have state names. Queensland.
Yeah. South Australia, Northern Territories.
I was going to say Northern Australia. Yeah.
No. There's Western Australia, I believe, and then New South Wales and Victoria.
New South Wales and Victoria. That's chic. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, colonization. And I'm like, let's move on before we get depressed. But that's so cool. Okay, so you got to Adelaide, different temperatures than you were expecting. You like in shorts and like a low cut tank top, like, where am I?
In like a downpour. Like, what's the Disney film where they hold like a leaf over their head and it's like they're being rained?
Maybe like
a Bug's
I was
Life
going to say Bug's Life or something.
Me with like a newspaper, like.
Right. Okay, but you made it.
I made it.
And how were the shows?
The shows were good. The show is evolving every day, but it's super, super fun. Lovely audiences in Adelaide. And then I got a new tattoo. I got like a little dancing stick figure.
What the hell? That's beautiful.
On my left bicep, I have a new tattoo.
A new
'cause I'm
tattoo?
just that kind of rocky girl.
You are kind of a rock star when it comes to tattoos. I feel like I got my first tattoo and was like, I'm literally the black sheep of the family. And then like within 4 years, you were like, hey, I've got 27.
Yeah. But still, if I put like a t-shirt on, you still can't see like any, which I think is still kind of a nice double life to live.
And yeah, I love double life as a reference point to anything. But yeah, I feel the same because people are always shocked by how many I have. But I think it's just because they're like, yeah, in weird places.
Yeah.
And that's cool. We actually have a few matching ones, don't we?
We really do have a few matching ones. We have a crown.
We have a crown for Queen.
Which is when you moved to America.
When I moved to America. Take a lot, guys. I mentioned America once again. So go ahead and take a long, cold sip of water. Why am I feel like I'm trying quite hard to crack jokes, and it's like, girl, just be you.
I know, but I mean, you are. I mean, being you is you. Being you is what everyone is excited to be here for. But also, also work on your craft.
Yeah. Work on your craft is incredible.
People in Adelaide came out of the show and said how Adelaide was fun because I would come out of the venue and then people would leave and I could say bye and people could say goodbye and whatever.
Yeah.
And people would say, a lot of people said that they like listen to the pod and where are you?
Whoa.
But I'm in Melbourne now and the orientation of the venue means that I can't like say goodbye to people, which I'm missing. It'd be nice to be able to get some. I'm sure people in Melbourne also listen to the podcast and would like to say that if they could say goodbye to me, but they just haven't been able to.
What, just because it's like more of a backstage and it kicks you out at a different spot type thing? Or is it just not really the done thing? It's
like not, it's just a bit, there's just a few moving parts. Like the room is, they have a show. Actually, the person who's after me now isn't. He stopped doing his show, so I actually have a bit more time. But like, there's like there's only like two lifts to get people in and out. So like, it's just there's a bit of like logistics. If I was like hanging around and talking to people, it would like slow up the process of the changeover for the new show. Because I'm now at Melbourne International Comedy Festival where there's lots and lots of comedy shows.
Okay. It's really cool that you're doing this. I mean, like, we knew that. But, like, I don't know. It's very cool and brave. And I'm excited for you to come back to this side of the world. But I'm also very proud of you. And I love that people in Adelaide listen to the pod. We fucking love you guys. Shout out.
Shout out Adelaide and shout out people of Melbourne. It's been really fabulous doing the show for you. I'm coming to you live from Sammy Peterson's apartment.
Icon.
Sammy Peterson, guest on the podcast last year. So we have him to thank.
Squadcast.
Yeah.
I do have a story to catch you up on.
Oh my God, please.
So, my cat Rory the other day.
Just pause. I was vintage shopping with our cousin who lives in Melbourne, and I went to this market and there was like all these like cat owner prints, and I was like, oh my God, Elizabeth, like so gonna do that. And then I was like, that's such a like thing of as soon as somebody gets a cat, you're just like, let me get you a cat mug and a cat hat and a cat key ring. And I was like, she's more of a person. There's more dimensions to her than just a cat lady. But I love that the one thing that we need to catch up on this week is a story about your cat.
It's about Rory. The problem is like, it's like, go back to that market, buy me the cat mug. Because the thing is it's like people I feel like people buy cat merch for people and then go like, I feel a bit bad. Like, is that kind of like a half-assed present? And then the person who receives it gets it and goes like, thank you, I do love my cat. And it's like...
Yeah, it's kind of a vicious cycle that then I'll then like, oh, she really likes the cat merch, so I'll get more. And then you're like, oh, but then you're doing this thing when you receive a present that you obviously oversell how much you like the present.
Right.
Because that's polite.
Right. It is really cuckoo. So, okay, so my cat Rory, he's had a cough like the past 2 months. And if you know Rory, this is pretty Rory. Mm-hmm. You know, it's pretty Rory to be like, and it's like, girl, what the hell is going on with you? But a cough in a cat can be bad. It can be like a whole other, like, could be heart things, could be like a mass, could be a ton of stuff. So I take him to the vet and they go like, this cat probably needs to go to the fancy hospital in Kensington and he needs to have a CT. He needs to have
You're joking.
He needs to have a CT scan.
Not Grey's Anatomy.
He needs to have, and then he needs to have like a bronchoscopy or something where they basically like put a camera down his mouth, and then eventually they flush his lungs to like collect bacteria and stuff off his lungs that they can then send it out to be. And I literally was like, okay, well, my cat's insured, so literally this is what I pay for. And I unfortunately have come to see him as my child.
Yes, of course.
So let me just go ahead and do the CT. This bitch goes into Kensington. I mean, beautiful. I don't think he's ever been into that side of town.
No, he wouldn't have.
You know? But he's not really seeing the sights. He's kind of just like, meow. Like, you know, he's not happy to be there. He goes, I get a call pretty late, like 5 o'clock, and they go like, we've done Rory. Everything went really smoothly. It's all good. But we might have to keep him in tonight because we want to give him some fluids because he's quite dehydrated. And I was like, I'll come and pick him up at any time, but I would love to pick him up today. They're like, okay, come for 9. I'm like, woof. But fine.
Yeah.
So I get on the tube. I go directly there. I pick up Rory. There's like 3 emergencies that come in at the same time. I used to work in a vet hospital. I have full respect for like, guys, triage the emergency. Like,
no, you literally like, I used to work. I get it.
Please.
Leaning over the counter, like, you need any help reading the charts? What are you guys doing?
I know. I'm like, I could honestly check myself out if you need me to. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, at one point they came down, they were like, we're just triaging your pet to someone. And then they were like, what does triaging mean? When she went away, and I was like, so triaging is, and it was just like,
yeah.
It was.
No, I know the answer. I worked in a hospital.
And it's kind of like, enough, Lizzie, right? But then I finally
what is triage?
Triaging is like, we're going to take vital signs. So we're going to like check breathing, check heart rate, get eyes on the pet. The vet, like typically a nurse can triage. So like, you know, that someone will come out and go like, okay, the pet is like quiet, calm, this, or this. They can wait 5 minutes. And this other one that we've triaged, which was like, not that, and had a really increased heart rate and respiratory rate, we're going to take him back first.
Okay.
Imagine if there's just like a vet listening, like, you're a stupid bitch and that's wrong.
That's not what it is. No, but I believe you. I think everyone also believes you listening.
Spreading light.
So triage, it's like basically like it's like we're just like getting a lay of the land.
Exactly. And like, you know, if you've ever been to A&E, someone will come up to you and go like, hi, so what's going on? Beep-a-da-beep bop, beep-a-da-beep bop. Okay, we'll see you in 4 hours.
Yeah, after an 8-hour wait.
Exactly that. Wait times, am I right? So yeah, anyway, eventually it's maybe like 9:35. I've like gotten checked out. Luckily, those queens knew what they were doing with my insurance. So that was all kind of, in theory, was fine. I get Rory back. Rory's literally like this, like in his carrier, not making a noise. He's just like, hey, I've forgiven you, but get me the hell out of here.
Yeah. He's had enough.
He's had enough, mama. He's ready to go home. I take him back through to the vet lobby, and there's like another emergency that's come in. I'm like, these queens are busy. I put him down right by the door just to check that all the zips are shut and stuff. As I go to pick him up, I'm like, why is my hand wet? Why is my hand wet?
Why is your hand wet?
As I pick him up, it's like dribbling out, and I just like open the door as fast as possible, and I'm like, Rory's pissed himself.
Figure it out. Help me.
And I'm in Kensington.
Yeah.
So
that is a swanky part of town for those non-Londoners listening. You're in a swanky, posh part of town. Harrods round the corner. They're literally filming Made in Chelsea and Ladies of London in the Pret across the street, and you're going to walk through with smelling of cat wee.
And like he's just had fluid therapy, which is where they just like put loads of like fluid underneath their skin on their back. So it just like seeps in and like rehydrates them. And he's just like pissed it out.
Okay.
So I am like, look, Rory, we've just got to get through this together. We've gotten through worse. We walk to the tube station. It's shut.
Sorry, I was thinking you like ran back into the vet, like, boom, my cat's just pissed himself.
No.
But you were leaving and you were like, this is me now for the next 45 minutes getting home.
He was actively pissing on the floor as I had the door open, and I was like, sink or swim, I just got to get out of here.
Yes, yeah.
I got to go.
Just for one thing, human fluid therapy would be fabulous on a hangover.
Yeah, I think that's quite an LA thing.
Oh, really? Getting like an IV?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Like proper, like, I don't know what would happen if you did it to us, but for some reason it really works for pets.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Or you could put a sachet of liquid IV in your drink.
Get into it.
How about that?
I used our own discount code to buy myself some.
Oh my God, that's tea.
Yeah, I don't know if that's allowed, so sorry. So I get to the tube station, it's shut. I'm like, okay. I'm worried that Rory's cold and sitting in his own piss. It's a freezing night.
Yeah.
I take off my coat. I put it in with him. God. You know when you're just like, what the hell else are we doing? Like,
yeah. Then
we walk like 25 minutes to the district line. Ugh. At one point I'm walking and I'm like, oh, this will be quicker going through here rather than cutting to the right. I know London. I know these streets. I'm going to trust myself more than City Mapper. Turn left.
In that part of London?
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. I'm like, I trust you with a lot of things. I don't know whether Kensington is your stomping ground, bitch, but
I've just actually been twice. Like, yeah. It was a foolish decision, and I think it happened because I was like, it's late, I've just got to get home. And it's like, so listen to the map. Oh, bitch, by the way, I've got 8%.
Oh, no.
I've got 8% of my phone. Like, I am fucked. And then I take the turn away from City Mapper. I'm like, I'm marching to the beat of my own drum. I come across what can only be described as like an 8-lane roundabout. And
oh my God, where the hell?
It was literally
Hammersmith?
It was what's like, is High Street Ken on the district?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it was something like that. And it
where's a roundabout in London that is so suburban?
It was giving motorway, and I was like, huh? Like, who? So then I'm like, okay, let me walk back to the way I was going to, that City Mapper, the street map service that's used by millions, directed me to go. I finally get on the tube. At this point, I'm freezing. There's cat piss down my back, down my leg, like...
Down your back?
Yeah, because it's a backpack fucking carrier.
Oh my God, Elizabeth, that is such a crazy detail that you have forgotten to mention is that it's a cat carrier backpack situation.
And it's soft. So like plastic ones, like they'll piss in it and it'll just sit and they'll sit in it. But it turned out I was sitting in it instead.
Oh my God. You are covered in cat piss sat on the tube.
I'm covered in cat piss, mama. And you know me, I'm like, I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to do that to my fellow Londoners. Like, I almost fell. Like, I have to stand because like, I don't want like, what the hell's already on these seats? I don't want to put cat piss all over there.
Yeah, we don't need to make a concoction.
Exactly. So anyway, I get on the district, I get to somewhere, I swap onto like the Piccadilly or the Victoria, and that's when it starts to smell like cat piss. And I'm like, at this point, bitch, it's water off a duck's back. Like it's something like that.
Yeah. It's wee on your back, but yeah.
It's cat piss on my back, mama. But it just was like, at that point, I was like, look, does it slightly smell like cat piss in this carriage? Yeah, what the hell else was it going to smell like? Whatever, move on. I'm just looking around, like people are looking at me and I'm just like, yeah, where is that coming from? You know what I mean? Eventually I get him home. He gets out, he's fine. I put my coat in the wash. All's well that ends well. But that's what you missed on Glee.
Oh my Glee! Oh my goodness. Well, firstly, well done for not falling in a heap and crying.
Hey.
I did not know that cats had fluid therapy that would then just gush out of them like a water piñata.
Well, I think he was just like, I'm so hydrated. Whoops. Yeah.
Oh no, of course. I'm glad he felt comfortable in your possession enough to do that.
Well, exactly.
But there is a special place in hell for those moments where you look to your phone and have 8%, knowing that you have one or two tasks still to do, and this phone has to help.
And you're like, and also, where am I?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, for a minute, I like, you know, I walk onto this roundabout and I'm like, did I walk to Surrey?
Right.
Like, pardon?
You do have long legs.
I do have long legs, exactly that. But yeah, I mean, we survived the day. It was pretty shocking and unbelievable. There, I said it.
Shocking and unbelievable are the two words that I really, really, really would gift unto you to describe this. Isn't it crazy how much you do for your pets and they really don't know, register, give a fuck, remember, have any...
They don't care at all. They have no idea how much money it costs. They have...
In any...
in any way. They have no way of repaying you.
Yeah, no, none.
Rory, he's like 6. He's not going to get into like cat acting now.
Oh, but that, I mean, it's up to you to start an Instagram for him.
But he looks so handsome half the time, and then half the time he looks like a snake.
Yeah, his snake face is so bizarre. Rory was a street cat that Elizabeth adopted, and he really like now is obviously quite a well kept, comfortable London flat cat, but like was a, may I say, mangy? No, maybe he wasn't ever mangy, but yeah, he's reptilian from the streets of. He's a Floridian reptile. Well, that's his origin.
That is exactly his origin story, and it's very. Yeah, he definitely used to be like, "Hey, I don't know how to eat out of a bowl." And, and it was like, okay, I guess I'll put your food on the floor then.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's the only way I like it. But now he'll like say, hey, if someone comes over, he'll like, he'll engage with the masses.
He is. He's sociable now. He's a good member of society. He's a good member of the family.
Yeah. He's not contributing to the household.
No, but he's there and he takes part, I think.
He takes part. He's definitely an engaged member nowadays. And he had, by the way, all of this to say, we've got the results of the CT scan back.
He's nothing. He's fine.
Asthma.
Absolutely nothing. Asthma.
Cat asthma.
Cat asthma.
Yeah.
Get it together. What the hell are you going to do about that?
Well, bitch.
Who the hell is not going to come back? It's my Linda from the trailer.
That was good. He's on like a short course of steroids right now.
Wow.
And then I need to contact my regular vet about him starting an inhaler.
This is too much. He's from the streets.
I know, but maybe that's it. Maybe it's,
What would he have done? What would he have done if he was, an alley cat?
Probably died like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he hasn't. And
Me also.
Thank God for modern medicine and its developments.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to like put a thing over the whole of his face, and then we'll have to like pump it and watch his breaths and stuff. I mean, it's gonna be honestly, it's kind of comedy.
It's comedy. And listen, may I say, you are forever now a cat lady. Like dealing with cat asthma, that is not your you deserve every mug, every postcard, every key ring that you get is warranted, quite frankly.
I think that would be fair enough. And I actually really hope, I'd love the cat inhaler to be like a once a day sitch.
But it might be more.
I don't know. I really have no idea. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Once a day sounds good.
Once a day sounds fair, valid, good. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you survived. That sounds like such an ordeal. I wish I was. Well, I'm glad I wasn't there, but maybe I wish I had if a camera had followed you, maybe one of the Ladies of London production could have followed you. That would have been fun to see. But I'm glad you made it through. I'm glad Rory's okay.
Yeah.
And it's been so nice catching up. It's now 1 a.m. here, so I might have to love you and leave you, but...
That sounds really late as fuck.
It's late as fuck, but we will check in a week or two, I'm sure.
That sounds good, Chris. Talk soon. Also, I want the listeners to know, we are texting, we are friends.
Yeah. We're not just... Yeah, we haven't spoken for half an hour, and that's been it for 3 weeks or longer.
Yeah, we are closer than that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. This has been so fun. Obviously, it's a little bit different international inter-hemisphere. But we hope you enjoyed. We just wanted to catch up so you guys had an episode and we didn't miss a week. And thanks for listening. We love you so much.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Just before bed is good for your head. What you gonna do? Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.